This is a short video showing you how to make some beautiful effects like this one with the water using long exposure settings on your iPhone or iPad. You won't need some expensive ND filters, and you won't need a DSLR camera and a tripod like you used to have to. All you need is to use this button for live view on your iPhone, or this button over here for live view on your iPad. Okay, so you've taken your photograph using live view. Now you need to go into the Photos app on your iPad or your iPhone, and when you're in the Photos app you can have a look at all your photos and you get the opportunity to change the photo to a long exposure. So here's one that I took earlier, and this at the moment is set to loop, so it continues, and what you'll see is some of the problems that will occur when I make this into a long exposure. If you look, you can see the grasses around the edges are all moving, and that's going to lead to some blur. I've managed to keep my hands fairly still though on this one, so that's a plus. Now to change this from a loop to a long exposure, you just lift the screen up, put your thumb on the picture and move your thumb up the screen, and you'll see we get 4 options. You'll see mine set to loop right now. And you've got live, bounce, and you've also got long exposure at the end, which is the one that I like. So we click onto long exposure and it changes it almost instantly, in this case to long exposure, and you get the water looking quite ephemeral and beautiful silky look to the water. This is one that was done before. I've held my hands a little bit stiller and there's less wind, and you'll see there's less movement on the grass as well. To finish with, I thought I'd show you a couple of my final pictures and give you some hints and tips. First and foremost, the biggest one is hold your phone close to your body. Tuck your elbows in. If your arms are at full stretch, you will get a lot of camera shake, and camera shake will become blur on your pictures. It's also important not to go out, particularly when it's really windy, because all the vegetation will move and that will give you blur on your pictures. I took this one especially to show that. Here we've got some trees with leaves, and there's the effect that you get stuck with. Another one is keep your camera steady both before the shot and after the shot, because the iPhone's still taking pictures. This is an image of some turbines. I took this one just to see what they'd look like with long exposure, and you can see the blades almost disappear. I can show you how to get rid of the entire structure in Affinity Photo. If you'd like to see that, put a comment below. This next picture is of the Rochdale Canal, and it was after some rain, and there you can see the image when it's in long exposure looks quite good. Now if you do get into using long exposure, you might eventually end up buying ND filters and a DSLR. You do get many more options with a DSLR, but you do end up having to carry around a tripod, your DSLR and the filters, but you do get some pretty good effects. These last couple were taken with my DSLR. However, the best camera that you have is the camera that you take with you, and more often than not the camera that I take with me is my iPhone. So more options with my iPhone, the better. This is the M62 with traffic coming towards and moving away. And to finish with, my favourite picture, because it's got my trusty bike on it, which I've had for approaching 15 years now. If you like the video, please press like and subscribe. Thank you.